Hello there, my beautiful friend. Thanks for joining me for today. It's going to be all about opening the chest and working down that back line, also known as the posterior chain. We're going to start this practice laying flat on our bellies. The only thing that you'll need for this practice is the end. You might want to bolster pillows or blocks, whichever. We're just going to take the heart opening shavasana that I dearly love. So, however you like to do that, regular shavasana with no props will be just as good. So, go ahead and meet me on your mat in your most beautiful face down sleeping position. Some people don't like to sleep on their bellies. I'm one of those people that sleeps on my belly, my back, my sides. All parts get a part of my sleep. I like to bring my fingers into a triangle and then put my forehead in the triangle here. You don't have to do that. Just however this feels good to you. This is just our starting position. We will not be here long. So go ahead. Give off your gratitude, set your intention, allowing the body to understand what's happening here. Giving the mind a moment to settle down into the present moment. Allowing the breath to become controlled. Nice, big, steady inhales. Nice, long exhales. Let's go ahead and take one more round of breath here. And we're going to send this left arm out. We're going to use the right hand and the right leg to kick over. Get them into a shoulder stretch on this left side. If it feels good, you can bring this right hand behind your back. And breathe. If you want to take it a step farther, you can bring that left foot up onto the mat. Just deepen the stretch just a little bit here. Take one more round of breath here. And slowly we'll come back to center. We'll send that right hand out, using the left hand and that left leg to kick us over. Breathing love into that tight shoulder, noticing the difference. And if you want to bring that right foot up, deepen that stretch just a little bit here. Meeting yourself where you are, knowing the daily disciplines are what get us growth. One more round of breath. And we're going to roll back through. Coming back to our bellies. And this time we can bring our forearms up for Sphinx. So our elbows should be under our shoulders here. Hands are spread nice and wide here, gripping through the mat. And let's pull the chest forward. And when we pull the chest forward, it lifts us up a little bit. So take the gaze a little higher here. Breathe, feeling into that back body here. And And let's take our neck rolls, right ear, right shoulder, and hold. We're not going to do these fast. We never want to do back work fast. It is powerful within itself. And our backs are gentle beings, so we need to treat them as such. Chin to chest. Still lifting up here. We're not dumping or collapsing into the shoulders. Left ear, left shoulder. And take it all the way up and back. Maybe putting a little smile on your face here. And let's go the other way. Left ear, left shoulder. Roll down through our center. And breathing. We're not holding or clenching the breath. Right ear, right shoulder. And look up. Puff through that chest here. Put that smile back on our face. Beautiful. Back to our neutral Sphinx. And let's go ahead and find that triangle with the hands again. Bringing that forehead to the mat. Just giving those shoulders a little breather. We'll take one more round of breath. We're going to bring our hands to the outside edges of the mat. And we're going to do Cobra. So inhale, we lift up. Exhale, fold. We're going to do this 5 times slowly. Inhale, we lift. And fold. Inhale, lift. And fold. Inhale, we lift. And fold. And one more time, we lift up. Maybe straightening the arms, coming through seal. Big smiles, chest is pulling forward. And let's hold this one for 3 breaths. Glutes are engaged. Smiles are on our faces. One more round. And we'll release and we'll push back into a child's pose. Arms out front. Beautiful. Forehead is close to the mat. Feeling this in the tops of the thighs and that back. It should feel wonderful. Nice deep inhales and exhales here. Now we're going to go from our child's pose. We're going to roll up and then curl into our upward facing dog. Thighs lift. And on our exhales, we're going back into the child's pose. We're going for 5. So that was 1. Roll up. Unfurl. Lift. Exhale, child's pose. Beautiful. Roll up. Unfurl. Dog thighs lift. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, we rise. Up dog. And child's pose. Rise up. Up dog. And everybody's going to meet in a downward facing dog. So go ahead, pedal the feet out here. Should feel really good on the legs. Mine are still a little bit sore. So go ahead, give the legs a nice little pedal here. And then we're going to come up onto our tiptoes and we're going to hop to the front of the mat. So big bend in the knees and pounce forward. We're going to go ahead and come up, half lift, and exhale, we'll fold. It's our first ragdoll. So we're going to take it, grab an opposite elbow, sway in left or right here. Let's take another half lift and fold. And then we're going to root to rise, pulling ourselves all the way up to a standing position. Shoulder blades roll down the back body, palms face forward. Big smiles on our face here. Let's go and interlace the hands behind the back. Pull down and away from the booty. Breathe. Big inhales. Big chest opener. We're going to engage the glutes and the thighs and maybe take a slight back bend here. And exhale, we're coming back into our forward fold. Very nice. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We're planting the hands and we're stepping back or we're hopping back, whichever feels better for you. And come into plank. Lower down the knees and then the chest and the chin. We're going to pause here for just a second. Interlace the hands behind the back. And stretch, pulling the arms away from the booty. Gaze is still forward. One more round of breath. Exhale, we release. Come up. Cobra. And everybody's going to tuck the toes and meet downward facing dog. Beautiful. We're going to inhale that right leg up. 3-leg dog. Roll it forward and step it in between the hands. On an inhale, we'll rise up to our high lunge, hands overhead. Exhale down through heart center. Beautiful. Delightful, fabulous job. We're interlacing these hands behind the back again, opening up through the heart space here. Pulling the arms away from the booty. Chest lifts here. Maybe taking the gaze up. 3 breaths. One more round. Beautiful. Release the hands. Frame the foot. Step back plank. Gazes forward. If you want to do knees, chest, chin, go for it. Otherwise, we're going to push forward, chaturanga. Push up into our up facing dog. Everybody moves. Down dog. It's going to take 3 rounds of breath here. If you would like child's pose, you can be my guest. On an inhale, left leg sweeps up, 3-leg dog. Roll it forward and step it in between the hands. On an inhale, we'll rise up, high lunge, arms overhead. Exhale down through heart center. Big smiles are on our faces here. Let's go ahead and interlace the hands behind the back. Opening up through that heart space. Maybe taking that slight back bend again here. 3 breaths. One more round. Beautiful. Releasing the hands, framing the foot, stepping it back, plank. Whatever vinyasa, go ahead and do it. We're all going to meet in child's pose with our hands out front. Forehead can kiss the mat here. Let's go ahead and bring our hands into our namaste, little sharks here. Widening the elbows if that feels nice for you. Or you can bring them in more towards your head. Go ahead and release the hands, bringing them back out front. Roll up, coming in, up dog. Hold for just a second here. And then we're going to release all the way down to the mat. Beautiful job, you guys. We're going to interlace the hands behind the back. Pull them away from the booty. Lift the chest up. Gaze is forward. 3 breaths. Make them long breaths. Slow. Controlled. One more round. And release the interlace and bring the hands back around. You can bring the forehead to the mat. Just resting here for just a second. We're going to do it again, except this time we're going to lift the legs while we have the interlace of our hands. Let's take one more round of breath here. Okay, let's reach those hands around, interlace them, chest lifts, and lift the legs. 3 breaths. One more breath. And slowly we release everything back to the mat, coming back. Back work is serious, and I think that is very necessary. We definitely don't work on it a lot, but if we are observant and mindful, we do Cobra every day that we do yoga, because the Sun A is going to have Vinyasa. And so technically we do work on the back, we just don't make it intentional to point it out. And our backs deserve a lot more than what we give them. Okay, so this time we're just going to go for full locust. If you like the interlace of the hands instead of reaching them out long out front, or just finding what feels good and taking the option that feels good to us, we are going for 5 breaths this time. And we've had a nice little rest period, so we should be equipped for this. So go ahead, find your position, hands out front, or you can interlace them. And on an inhale, we lift and we breathe. One more round. Lift higher. And release. Oh, yes. Let's go ahead and push it back, and we're coming into child's pose. And let's take a wide-legged child's pose this time. This should feel amazing in the back body here. A few rounds of breath. And we'll peel up here. And we're going to rock and roll. So go ahead and come to your booty over here. And if you're into rocking and rolling, let's get our rock and roll on. And then it's going to be everyone's favorite part. And we're going to do our boats to low boat 10 times, noticing how much better it feels today. So whenever you're done rocking and rolling with me, we're going to meet in our boat pose here. And let's go for it. Low boat. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, big smiles, 9, 10, and we're going to hold this low boat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Hug those knees. Give yourself the biggest hug you've given yourself all week now. Saying thank you, thank you, thank you. So if you got the bolster, the blocks, the pillows, we are coming in for a nice heart opening shavasana. So I personally like to have my legs in cobbler. Most of y'all know this if you've been around long enough. We slide the pillows or the bolster up. If you have blocks, you're going to have one right here at the back and the bottom of your shoulder blades, and then another one for your head. If you have pillows, we're stacking them up to create this bolster-like effect. Wherever you are, we're going to go ahead and lay back. Allow the arms to drop out here. Put that big smile on your face. And allow this positive, radiant energy you've just built up to absorb into your beautiful cells. We're going to be here for a few minutes, so let's enjoy this. Let's really allow the heart space to crack open here. While we're here, we're going to imagine this beautiful, thick layer of honey covering us up, almost like a blanket would cover you. It's warm, it's nurturing, and it's curious. It's seeping through your hands, through your toes. It's covered your eyes and your lips. Just imagine this honey healing you, taking the tightness, absorbing some of that sweet warmth. The best part of this honey is that we don't have to shower it off. Smile. You deserve the happiness. You are worthy of healing. Start by wiggling those fingers, stretching through those toes. We're going to all push up and meet in our comfortable seated position. Go ahead and bring your hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing this space and time. I hope you've been mindful of your movements today. The light in me honors and acknowledges that brightness inside of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, my beautiful friend. This was a wonderful practice. Please do comment. Let me know how this went for you and how you're enjoying this series. I look forward to seeing you back on the mat tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.